Today's spooky spot, we're having a look at the Hostel figure. Now I'm going to level with you. Spot is going to level with you. As much as I love horror movies, I have never seen Hostel. Am I a good judge to be reviewing this figure? Maybe not. But I got him at a relatively good price. I thought he was pretty good to review for Halloween. Why not? It's for ages 15 and up. It's produced and manufactured by Ultra Detail Figure. As indicated, it's an adult collectible. It's not a toy. You can go to www.hostelfilm.com. Now, if you're asking Spot why, Spot, have you not seen the movie? Because I think Hostel is my idea of a horror movie that just is not my cup of tea. I don't enjoy movies where it's just basically torturing individuals. Now, I love Saw, but I like the premise of Saw. I'm not a big fan of simply just bringing people into a room and just torturing them. Having said that, the package itself, you have the picture of the character up the top corner, which I'm sure somebody will tell me down below. Spot, his name is this! Okay, sure, his name is this. He's wearing some sort of demonic horn helmet. I don't even think it actually says his name. No, it doesn't. It doesn't even say his name anywhere on here. If he does have a name, Spot has no idea. He comes with several different accessories, one of which being some sort of machete knife, one being a chainsaw, and he also has two pairs of alternate arms, or one pair of alternate arms. He also looks like he's wearing a bloodied apron. Again, nothing is on the back. Not really. Again, there's a picture of the character on the front here, or on the back. Now this says not recommended for ages 0 to 3. On the front it says ages 15 and up. There's a considerable gap between those two. A little, a lot. But what I am going to do, I'm going to get this opened up. When I come back, certainly more scares are on your way, because we're going to be having a look at the Hostel figure. Stay tuned. And the accessories, oh, there he goes. He's about to fall. The accessories, as indicated by the packaging, or as indicated by the beginning of this review, he does come with a chainsaw. I find every aspect of this figure is kind of stumpy. Is that a good word to use? Stumpy? His chainsaw seems pretty detailed. Looks like there's a bit of a wood grain or something going on there. Pretty detailed, but it seems very stumpy. Pretty good detail, though. Pretty good detail, I have to say that. He does come with one pair of alternate arms. His gloves appear to be wet. Most likely, I would assume that's with human blood. Or grape jelly. I'm willing to lean towards more so blood. And also, he does come with a machete or some sort of large knife, which I can't seem to get out of his hand. And it could be maybe the fact that this hand, this one arm, is intended to have the machete permanently affixed to it. Because this arm, the same arm that you would swap out, pretty much has the same style of hand. Leads me to believe that it's just for the sake of removing this arm completely and having the knife already intact. As for the detail on the figure, it's not bad. Again, Spot's apology. Spot knows so little about the Hostel movies. I think there's like 2 of them. There might be a 3rd one in the works. The detail on the actual helmet is pretty good. There's a back view of it. The horns and everything else. I can tell you, though, from what I've seen of Hostel and what I've heard from my friends, definitely not a movie intended for young viewers. If you like butchering and killing humans and whatnot, maybe it's up your alley. It's not really my cup of tea again, but there are people out there that enjoy the movie. One thing that was interesting about this mask is it doesn't seem like it's removable. It doesn't seem like you can actually remove the mask at all. However, it looked to me at least, whoa, not so much there, Spot. It seemed to me that there was something going on under that mask. So I just kind of slightly peeled it back Slightly peeled it back. And it doesn't really indicate anywhere on the package that you can remove it. It doesn't look like it's really on pegs or anything else. But you can make out that there is a full human face in there. But it doesn't seem like this mask really wants to come off. Like it's intended to stay on. It's not pegged. It looks like it's actually just glued at the top of this helmet right here. I don't know if you can see it without Spot actually taking the whole thing off, but there is actually a human face under there. Complete human face. Why would you make a mask that's removable, or why make features underneath the mask look as if the mask can be removed, but it doesn't look like you can actually remove it? I don't know. Maybe you can pry it off and then somehow get it on, but I got a feeling like once you take it off, it's not going to go back on very well. As you can see, it's already raised a bit where I've tried to pry it open. As for the rest of the details, he's wearing what looks to be like a red shirt. He's got the gloves going on there, and he's got an apron. It looks like it's been cut down below here. I didn't do that. That was actually part of the figure. And he's got some jeans going on the back. Quite a dollop of some wet substance all over his apron. Let's see if, well actually, you know what? In the way of his articulation, he has a ball-jointed head. You get lots of movement that way. Rotation in the arm, rotation in the other arm. Nothing in the hand, nothing in the feet, nothing in the waist. Oh, actually, there is a little bit in the waist. But unless this apron can come off, this figure is very weird in the fact that it has, yeah, it looks like it's completely finished underneath this apron, but it doesn't look like there's any specific way to take it off. Well, there's strapping, okay, maybe. Okay, so call me a liar. You can take the strapping off, but up here it's completely glued. It's part of the actual torso of the figure. So as you can see, it's finished, same as the mask, or the face underneath the mask. It's finished, but there is really no option to do anything with it. That seems a little off to me. Because what I was going to say is, yes, he does have waist swivel as well. Nothing in the sneaker area. Now, I'm going to try to remove the arms, which apparently seem to come off relatively easy. Snap on, put on the other arm. As you can see, it's just a peg. That's all it is. It's just a peg. The hard part with these arms is generally getting them off, not so much of a hassle. Getting them back on, more of a hassle. See, it pops off relatively easy. Put that one back on here. And I guess this would be the arms you'd want to use if you wanted the chainsaw in his hand. Which I hopefully I can get actually in his hand. By the way, if anyone was asking, Spot, I'm into these sick movies. Where can I get said figure? Well, I actually picked this up on eBay. Again, I was actually buying something else as I get this chainsaw in his hand. I was buying something else, and I just noticed the seller happened to have this figure available as well. And so I thought, well, you know what? I've never seen Hostel, but I could probably do a review on him, even if I don't really know a lot about the figure. And that was the story. From beginning to end, that was the story. I didn't get his handle on the right way for the chainsaw, but that's pretty much the idea with him, where he can hold it. Overall, he's not a bad figure. He's very stumpy. He kind of seems very basic, but being that, you know, he is an imported figure, he's not a mass-produced figure. He didn't come from NECA or McFarlane Toys or anything like that. He came from a much smaller company. I think for what they did with it, based on what I've seen of the images of the character, somebody's cutting the grass and hey, I'm shooting a review here. Oh, forget, they're not going to care. I don't know. He seems like an alright figure based on the images of the character he's based on. But maybe that's him outside now. He's cutting my grass. He's making a living on the side. But there's just a lot of things that bother me about the figure. Like, it seems like he's finished in aspects, again, like underneath the apron, but you can't remove the apron. It looks like he's finished underneath the mask, but aside from ripping this completely off and then trying to find a way to glue it back on, it just seems a little weird to me. Plus, coupled with the fact that I really don't know much about the character at all. I've never even, again, seen any of the Hostel movies. I'm going to give this guy, based on the sculpt and based on the, the detail on him, I'm going to give him a 7.5. If you love Hostel, you would probably like to get this guy. If you know very little about him, like I do, you might likely pass. But certainly, as a reviewer, I was bringing to you something that maybe you've never seen before. Certainly, I've never seen before. Today's Spooky Spot, we're having a look at this guy from Hostel. Thanks for watching, as you always do, guys. Certainly stick around. More spooky spots heading your way. And I'll see you guys next time.